Hi everyone, this is me from the Reform International Profitable PLC Limited Party. Just wanted to address something. So I've been doing these videos for a little while now, trying to first of all highlight what Labour's was doing before the election to get Sarah Pochin erected, and then after she won the council. I wanted to show all the good things what she's been doing. Like, she emptied the bin. There was a bin that had been full before the election, which suddenly a few days later was empty. She's been emptying the water out of the Mersey. Every day the lefties put it back in, she gets back out, she's getting stuck in. People saying she's not doing nothing, but every morning she gets up, she empties out those Merseys with a big Henry Hoover. Must be like a big industrial one, like a Henry Hoover Super or something. But then those blooming wokies put it all back in. Anyway, that's still an ongoing battle. I've been checking it. The water's gone tonight, so fingers crossed for tomorrow morning. There'll be no water there again. But yeah, I've been getting a bit... So I decided I was going to put all the videos together and put them on the YouTubes. Right, there's like 12 minutes worth of videos that I want to highlight the problems we was having and now the good things that what Sarah Pochin has done since she got in. And I've just been getting a load of abuse. One fella called me a lefty, and I don't even know how he knows me. If he see me play snooker, he'll know I'm ambidexter, because I use my left hand for writing and my right hand for playing snooker, so I don't know where he's got that from. And then I put on one of the first videos that I've done was about the houses of Muslim horribleness or origins up by the bank chambers. And someone's put actually houses of Muslim oppression. Now, I mean, you know, I'm no snowflake or nothing like that, as you'll know, because I don't care about anyone. But laughing at mental health, my Uncle Terry's been off work with 6 months with depression. And I don't think it's something what you should be laughing at. So, you know, you got all these wokies saying that they cared about people, but, you know, they're happy to laugh at mental health and stuff. But it's just been a bit of a tough time for me, really. That's why I didn't do nothing yesterday. But I'm going to have a bit of a walk around Runcorn, and we can show you all the good things, what the reforms have been doing since they got in. Well, the first thing that no one can deny, not even any libers, is that since reforms got in, the weather has improved. Look, clear blue skies, almost turquoise, what is the same colour as reforms' logos. So my mate Derek, what drinks in Weatherspoons, he said that what Labour do, and the Conservatives, who I did used to like until I go for reform, because they're dead different in that. He said that Labour's puts things in the air what makes the weather go bad to make you feel miserable. So when that Labour come out with something like improving workers' rights or giving like kids breakfast clubs and stuff so they can get fed in the morning, you know, they make you feel better about stuff like that. That make you think that that's actually doing something good, when we all know that they shouldn't be giving nobody nothing what doesn't deserve it. Another thing what's happened as well recently, this is no coincidence by the way, Tandoori Nights is what's been in the old town for years, all of a sudden gets a makeover. Ooh, wonder why that is. You know, everyone what's not from around here, they've got to up the games, otherwise they're going to get deported. So what happens, Reform gets in, all of a sudden Tandoori Nights gets smartened up. You know, not soft. I mean, I personally hope they can stay, because I love a classic British chicken tikka masalas for me tea. But you know what I mean? Already, the Muslims what are already here, I think the Muslims anyway, they might, I mean, yeah, they will be, they must be, because they're brown. They've upped the game straight off. So just these little things what are going to make our town a little bit better, bit by bit. Sarah Pochin is really doing the business. Now, I noticed yesterday, she was on Victoria Derbyshire, I think she's just on Newsnight, which I think is on before the snooker. She was asked about about the boats, and she said she's going to stop them. And the woman said, like, how are you going to do that? He said, she's just going to stop them. Can't argue with that, can you? Because nobody else is bothered. She said she wants to stop them. Labour don't want to stop them. She wants to, which means they'll stop. Now I'm hoping, because I want my hair to grow back, so I'm hoping that using that logic, because I want my hair to grow back, that it'll grow back. Because if Sarah Pochin says it's going to happen, then obviously it's going to happen, because she wouldn't lie to nobody, because she's reforms is not the libers. Anyway, just going to keep walking, and we'll have more things to say as we go around the town. I'm going to show you something in about 10 minutes time, what's been turned into one of them bloody super mosques out of order. Look at this. What a shithole this is. Sarah Pochin was right. I've nearly been stabbed 10 times along here. I mean, I haven't seen anyone, but still, they could be hiding in the bushes and that, like what they did in Vietnam. Another good thing what the reforms have done is I saw Nigel Farage on the telly the other week, and the way they've took over all the councils is they're making it anyone who works from home go back in and work from an office. Because I was watching Good Morning Britain's the other day with my Uncle Dave. He reckons Nigel Farage stinks of Lambert and Butler, but he's just a snowflake what doesn't like people like Nigel Farage, what hates foreigners and that. So yeah, so there's got all these bloody snowflakes sat working from home 8 hours a day when they should be in an office. I think it's disgusting, and Nigel's doing the right thing, making people work. I mean, I don't work from home. I've had a job for the last 10 years. But I think that's a good thing, because people have just got too lazy and just like scrounging and that, you know, spending all day working from an office at home, not seeing anybody or communicating with people. And it's got to stop, and Nigel Farage is going to stop all that. Although, if I saw a job advertised for reform, working from home, but it must have been a joke, because we all know Nigel's got a dead good sense of humour, hasn't he? So yeah, so Nigel just wants it back the way that it was. I was talking to my Uncle Jack, and he said he didn't go through all those hardship all those years ago. You know, all that hunger and oppression that he went through years ago, just so all these bloody foreigners could come and take over. I mean, he's only 53, so, you know, he's talking about the 3-day weeks and stuff like that, and when the dinner ladies went on strike in the 70s, but that's still hardship, innit? And we had our, like, great-great-granddads and that, what fought Hitler, because what Hitler was doing was terrible, you know. It was basically turning one group of people against another, because he said, all the problems you've got is because of them, and, you know, nobody wants that to happen again, did they? Because that's just terrible. Just imagine how twisted you'd have to be, or how pathetic you'd have to be to think that the reason life's not going very well for you is because there's bloody foreigners. It doesn't bear thinking about, does it? Anyway, so just on the canal now. If you've seen any of my other videos, you'll know I've been patrolling this place after the reforms. Kept messaging the Reforms Party asking if we could do some work, and after like 200 emails they said just go and stand on the Bridgewater Canal and make sure there's no people coming from France and Holland and all that. And I haven't seen anybody, to be fair, so again, that's how you know Reformed is working. I've shouted at a few people. There's some old fella in his 70s with his wife, and they said, listen, you haven't come from France, have you? He started laughing at me. Bloody lefties again. That's another example of what's been happening since Labour got in. That place there used to be called the Archers Hotel Waterloo Pub, what is now a bloody Buddhist temple full of Muslims. Now, that used to be a dead nice pub, but what happens when you start letting too many bloody people coming in, you take over your pubs. They shut that pub down and took it over themselves. Now, my Uncle Dave, what I reckon votes Labour, said the reason that pub shut down was because of the general economic climate after the financial crash from about 2010, 2011. Meant people stopped going to local pubs, and then you know, with inflation and stuff like that, pushing the price of raw ingredients up. And then the opening of Wetherspoons, a big corporate conglomerate, took away a lot of people and the footfall into local pubs. But I just think it was the Muslims myself. So I'm now currently at the back. Remember one of the first videos I ever did was outside the construction site at Runcorn for the Houses of Muslim Origin-ness, just at the back of that now. And look what's behind me, right next to it, a bloody canal. So they can come straight up here on those little Rosie and Jim boats and that. They're going to go straight in here. They'll get given a house with Sky, and they only watch bloody Al Jazeera. So what are they doing having Sky? They're going to get £100 a day plus an iPhone 16 Plus Pro S. And what can I get? Nothing. Just because I've not worked for the last 10 years. I've not got... Yeah, so what am I going to get? Nothing. I can't afford Sky. Well, I've got a dodgy stick off your mate, Farouk. But still, you know, I can't afford the subscriptions and that, can I? They're getting it for free. This bloody country, that Keir Starmer's, is a disgrace. So, just come up to the main bit of what I wanted to show you now. Now, in Runcorn, we've got a place called the Brinleys. What is a theatre? Theatre's a place, you know, what gays like to go to and that. It's been here for like 21 years. I'd never been because I'm not into all that, you know, poncy stuff, like people enjoying themselves and that. I just want to go to the pub and play darts with your mates. So this place, what's been here since 2004, it's basically just been turned into a massive construction site. Now, there are rumours going around that it's been turned into, like, they're extending the Brinley and making it better and putting a library in there. I mean, who wants to read books when you've got Facebook and the YouTubes? But what they're actually doing, as I well know, because I saw it, some fella from Castleford shared it this morning. Wait till you see this. Behind me, super mosque. I ask you, as if they haven't got enough with all the Sky television and stuff in the houses of multiple Muslim origins. They're getting the bloody super mosque now as well. I mean, you won't be able to move for shoes outside there in a bit. But thankfully, hopefully it's going to come to a halt, because now we've got reform in. They've just said they're going to fix everything. Now, they haven't said why, and I think they're being very clever there by not telling no one how they're going to do it, because they don't want no one nicking their ideas. That's why when you ask them how they're going to stop all these things from happening, they don't say anything. Very clever old Farage, isn't he? But anyway, yeah, just wanted to show you what was going on, tell you what's been happening on my YouTube channels. And then if you want to see more of this, then just subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to be exposing more of what's been going on in this town and what reform we're going to do to make things better for us as time goes on. I've also got some other stuff which is comedy and that, but you know, who cares? It's only a laugh, isn't it? But anyway, send the buggers back is what I say.